Like, what are the things that you're really working hard on now to improve? What are what are the dials you're twisting to get better?
Yeah, right now, my main thing, I was talking to JP with this on the way up. My main problem right now is I think I've gotten lazy, like let myself get lazy. And what I mean by that is I shot a Beretta, right? I shot a polymer gun and then another Beretta, no comp, no magwell, which made me shoot slow enough to be accurate and reload slow enough to get a good insert and everything. Since I got my STI and it's so easy to shoot, right? Like super low recoil, super easy to reload. I've focused more on like the moving part and just getting there and shooting the target, that I don't focus on the actual target. I just do fast splits. Like it'll be a target at 10 yards and then a target at 25, and I'll have the same splits for both instead of like throttling, control, right? Throttle control, pop, 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 right? I'm having a problem with that. I've just been shooting fast. Just get there, shoot. I need to work on just honing back a little bit, actually focusing on the grip and getting all alphas, right? Yeah. So I started out when I started competition, I told you I went slow. That was my thing, is because I was known for accuracy, right? Hunting and stuff, all alphas. My first 2 years of shooting, alphas, just all alphas. Then pushed super fast and then honed back to where I could go fast with alphas. Right now, I'm just going a little bit. I'm not moving too fast. I'm just splits. My splits are a little too fast for what targets.
Outrunning the headlights.
So I need to get basically a sight picture for each trigger press rather than seeing the dot on target and then squeezing twice. I've been doing that and having Charlie a Delta. I need to see a sight picture for each.
So it's not just pointing and shooting. It's aiming and shooting.
Exactly.
Yeah. But you know what? We had like this brought me get there. This brought me to a really good point when we were on the way up talking, and I wanted to tell you about this, and I'm glad he brought it up. He's been used to his STI, which, if you guys, the listeners, don't know, this is like $5,000. $5,000. 2011. It's a great gun. I want to own one. I mean, it's not my go-to, but it's something I do want to own. It has a compensator. It's got a super nice magwell, a good grip. It's got a good weight distribution. It's like a full size, like plus,
yeah, it's big.
So my point in saying all this,
great. It feels like a Cadillac, amazing. Right in your hands.
Yeah,
right?
But anyone that's ever shot it is like, whoa.
Yeah, it's built to feel kind of like a exotic car. Mm-hmm. So the reason why we're saying this right now is because we were talking about something that I've heard of before, but it's not very common. But we've been talking a lot about gun setups lately, so I think this would be good to bring up. You get lazy the nicer your gun is. You get lazy on the fundamentals. 100%. And him and me were talking about, like, I don't run into this because I switch between a few different guns often enough, but it's a problem when you have like compensated guns, really light triggers, maybe ported slides, multiple window cuts, things like that. And you start to run guns where you're used to this huge magwell, very forgiving recoil. Yep. The grip gets lax. The sight picture and the trigger control gets a little lax. Maybe not in terms of like accuracy, but in terms of like how fast you shoot versus like he was saying, throttle control. Mm-hmm. It's all problems he needs to fix because he is one of many people who got used to the exotic car only.
The technology started to get upgraded.
I'm confident with my grip, right? Like I feel like I could shoot a 10 mil fast as shit in an alpha box, right? But that's not what I'm doing when I'm holding my STI. The grip and pressure and everything, I feel like should stay the same across the board no matter what gun I'm shooting.
Ideally, I would think, right? Well,
but I mean,
there's nuance to that, but yes.
Depending, generally, you'd want to have like the same grip. Well, I shot my Beretta, right? You have to have a super solid grip. You have to be, there's no comp. It's on there. But if I go from my STI, and I put my Beretta in my hands and I'll start shooting, I'll notice I start to add grip pressure, right? I start to slow down my splits a little bit it should be like that with my STI as well. Because if I'm gripping it as hard as I would a 10 mil, that 9 mil is just going to be even flatter, right?
So you're saying your Beretta, you shoot better than the STI?
So no, when I got my Beretta, right, I was shooting my Beretta. When I got my STI immediately, I was a million times better with my STI just because it was that much of a gap. The trigger was that much lighter, comp and everything.
As or more accurate and faster?
Exactly. Faster and more accurate, just immediately. Then the more I shot my STI, like I said, the more like lazy I became because it wasn't a big jump from like no comp, no magwell to a comp and a magwell. It was just like, oh shit, I'm way better. I'm way more accurate. I think the first match I shot with my STI, I got first place. It was like my first place. And then since my STI, I just first place. I started stacking first places, and I was like, oh, well, that's cool. Because with my Beretta, it was like 5th place, 6th place, 2nd place. You know, like I didn't really.
So
get
gear
first.
matters.
Yeah, exactly. But only that much, right? Depending.
Well, at the level that you're competing
exactly.
at
That level, the trigger reset, comp, everything, that's gonna help me shoot better.